So I'd like to give a quick tutorial on how to best use PhilippineUpdate.com as a news source, particularly of news items from the Philippines. There's a today's front pages section from museum.org where you can actually see the headlines, the front pages of news articles or newspapers in the Philippines that same day. Here, for instance, is the Business World front page for today. You can download the PDF file and actually read it. It's pretty clear when open as a PDF. That's the Business World. There's also Manila Bulletin. If you go to museum.org or to the physical museum, you can actually access these. Guests or visitors are able to see headlines from around the world, including those from the Philippines. So here's today's headline from the Manila Bulletin. Again, you can download as a PDF and read the articles yourself, not just a more kind of blurry version from this front page page. There's also the Philippine Daily Inquirer, for which I write occasionally. And that's today's headline. And as usual, PDF, click on that and read the news. It's only one page though, just to give you a sense of what's going on there in terms of the main headlines. And so that's one of my favorite sections. I try to feature videos. COVID is hot these days, so how to protect yourself from the World Health Organization. And these ones are from videos I created. We saw in Madrid to be a lifetime philanthropist, Kiva. And I also try to curate news articles from mostly or mainly foreign sources. Reuters, Al Jazeera, SEMP, Newsweek, Washington Post, New York Times, Associated Press. These are news I think that matter and are important. So I try to post every day at least a couple of important news items from international sources. There are sections. The Joseph Finney case. This is a case of an American who was, at least what the family believed, was murdered in prison. They were trying to help them gain justice. Nothing significant recently. I'd like to keep it there until something note or newsworthy occurs. Then one section I like to push is the solution zone. We can complain all we want, but unless there's a solution, nothing's going to happen or nothing will change the situation. So in terms of poverty, for instance, I post articles that I believe are important. I believe I've also written some of them, or a couple of them. Only in the Philippines, Filipinos in the news. These are mostly entertainment links, like YouTube links of Filipinos who are doing well somewhere in the world. So that's the middle section. There are also links to Philippine dailies, of course, Abante, again, Business World, Daily Tribune, Manila Bulletin, Manila Times, Daily Inquirer, Philippine Star, Sunstar Daily. Sunstar Daily is more localized, so there are regional editions of the news. So if you want to see what's going on in Cebu, for instance, or Iloilo, that's where you go, because they have regional editions. TV and radio sources, if you want to watch online, listen online, Bombo Radio, which interviewed me recently with regard to election results and developments in the Trump saga. UNTV, GMA News, and all those good sources. Email, if you want to access your email, is Google, Yahoo. Philippine weather, you can check localized weather in Iloilo or Davao or wherever you want. And then there's the dollar peso rate, which a lot of Filipinos check periodically if they want to send money to their families back home. Good way to time your remittance. You don't want to send when it's really low, especially if you're sending tons of money. Better send it when it's like 50 or 50 plus. Otherwise, hold on to your hard-earned money. And of course, there's the world news links that I post on the third column. ABC News, BBC, CNN, Economist, all those good sources. You'll notice that there are links to ads. That's how we survive, basically. Nothing really significant, but it helps if readers click on ads that interest them. That helps sustain the website. It's been privately funded for like 2 decades. Recently, I decided to open to generous contributors. So if you feel like we should keep doing this and feel generous, you can click on donate, and it gives you options to donate with PayPal or donate with debit or credit card. I've been maintaining this site for 20 or 2 decades, more than 2 decades. And I do it basically because I think it's important. I used to espouse causes like voting rights, anti-corruption, and all those issues. The reason I've just been focusing on this being as a news source, trying to give the broadest perspective as possible to what's going on back in the Philippines. Now, if you want more news, if you're a news junkie on the Philippines like me, you can go to Google News right here. It actually pulls anything related to the Philippines. And so again, news sources are mostly international sources like Reuters, DW, Al Jazeera, but it also includes Rappler, also Business World, and Inquirer. So this presents the broadest array of news items you can find online. So that's pretty much it. Here I present another web content that I created. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoy the page and keep using it and make the best use of it. Thank you.